Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to show you how to draw this small sketch. Okay, so the reason I'm shifting to little bit of pencil sketching is because recently lot of my students and followers have been reaching out me on various platforms, and they have been showing my their artwork to me, and they are also showing the works that they have learned from this channel, and they have done it themselves. So the basic problem which I find is that a lot of them are missing out on the basic structure of the drawing. So if you are not able to do the basic structure right, then the overall the drawing doesn't look good. So first of all, the basic structure has to be good. Okay, so through this sketching I'm going to show you some of the techniques which you can follow to do the basic structure. And for the reason I'm doing it through sketch is because the color is actually coloring any type of medium or coloring medium is actually bit of an advanced level. Okay, so if you can master the pencil correctly, then coloring won't be an issue. So from now on, whatever I teach, I'll give the tutorial about the basic structure first, and then I'll go to the coloring part. Okay, so now without wasting any time, let's get to the tutorial.
So this is how I like to approach my drawing. See, I took a printout and I did the exact thing, or did the exact size of it. Okay, so first of all, here we are going to follow the grid method. So by using a divider, I'm dividing the sections, and using a divider is very important. Okay, because that gives you the exact measurement. All you have to do is go from one point to another. See, I'm taking the measurements, dividing the sections, and then I'm just connecting the dots, and that's it. Your grid is done. Now all you have to do is go for the axis. See, the areas where the drawing is not visible properly, I'm marking it with pencils so that I am able to trace out the location of the hands and legs properly. Once done, I marked the intersections of the points, and then I did an axis. Okay, here I'm doing another axis. I'm just making a rectangle, you can follow that as well. So I'm just connecting the dots out here. Okay, I'm doing some axes. So that is the axis of the body, this will give the axis of the leg, and now I can just draw over these. Okay, that is the idea. This will be the axis of the other hand, and always connect the axis to one of the horizontal or vertical lines so that you can take the measurements properly. This will be the axis of the hand, the face, the eyes, and then mark out the intersection of the axes and the lines. Okay, so that you can find them later on. See, now taking that same measurement, I'm going to map out the entire thing below to show you how I did my drawing. Okay, see, I'm repeating the same process. I'm taking the same measurements, and you have to keep in mind that there is always some amount of human error. It won't be 100% accurate, but we'll try to get as much accurate as we can. Here the differences are mainly in millimeters. Okay, so a difference of even 1 millimeter can pile up to a difference of 5 millimeter or 6 millimeters or even a centimeter in long cases. So it is very important that you do the grid properly. If you do the grid properly, then you will get the points or the measurements accurately as well. Here I am doing the mapping with dark dark, I'm doing it in a dark tone so that you are able to see what I'm doing. I'm just taking the measurements. Once it is in a grid, you can take the measurements and do it very easily. So see, I'm following the axes. So now here I am drawing the axis. Excuse me. The various axes of the drawing, and all I am doing is taking the measurements using my divider, and I'm just counting it. See, I'm marking it with like 1 1 2 2 3 3 and 4 4 order, so that you don't get confused between the lines. And then just take measurement at each point, like each curve. If you are absolutely beginner, just take the measurements of every damn thing possible. Every damn thing possible. You cannot, if you don't have the skills to go or draw a curve for a long area, no issue. Just measure out the small points where you can connect the dots, and then just go ahead with the drawing. Just measure out everything. And now see, I'm just connecting the dots. After taking reference of the axes, I'm just connecting the dots out here. See, I'm taking each and every small measurements as well. Maybe this time the camera angle is a bit too far. In my next tutorial, I'll bring the camera angle much more closer so that you can get the idea much more precisely. So see, the leg area is now done. I'm just making the dress area now. So now I'm going for the area of the upper portion of the body. And I'm taking the measurements of each and every curve. Now that you have dealt with the bigger areas, you can play a little bit or improvise a little bit at some of the points. You can eyeball some of the areas, okay? However, in this drawing, when I did this, I took almost measurements of everything. Actually, the thing is, with practice, you can eliminate lot of the steps. Like when I do the drawing now, I don't take so many measurements. Like if the drawing is small like this, then most of the thing is like I do it eyeballing is my go-to thing. Most of the things come out almost correctly. Like you take the angle or axis using the angle of the pencil, you take the measurements like that, and it works. But it will come through practice. It won't come overnight. It will take time, and you have to work on it. So before reaching there, to practice, to make things look good in an easier way, you can follow this technique. Using basic shapes like a circle, triangle, rectangle is also a very good process of doing the basic structure. I've shown that before in my other drawings, but I'll go to those later on. Okay, So now here I have entered the sketching area. So the structure which I showed it in a dark tone because of the lighting. You might not be able to see it properly like what I did. That's why I did it in a dark tone. But when you do it on your own, it has to be in a light tone so that you can erase off those things. Okay, you can just erase off those extra lines or the grids. Otherwise it will look bad straight away. So here you can see the various pencils that I have used. This is the Staedtler 8B which I used, and for some of the lighter shades I used 6B. I did the main structure using the mechanical pencil, and I did the dark areas using the charcoal pencil. Now I'll go into the final detailing of the shading. Okay, so look how I'm shading out here. I'm using the blending stump out here. I'm using handmade paper out here, so blending stump worked very nicely on it. Always look at if you are doing a figure drawing, okay, always look at the structure of the drawing. Is it a muscular figure? Is it a somewhat skinny figure? Is it a chubby figure? You have to keep those things in mind, because if you are drawing out someone or a figure containing a bone structure, then those bone areas will have to be shaded properly so that it looks like a bone. If it is not shaded properly, like it has to have some of the sharp edges, like look, the area which I am drawing, not right now, the area of the leg which I have drawn, I have given some sharp lines because those areas have defined muscles. Had it been the leg containing lot of fat, less amount of fat, that line wouldn't have been the same, that area wouldn't have been the same. So these things you have to keep in mind while doing a sketch or a figure drawing, because these are the things which can vary out your subject a lot. I like to give background to my sketches so that it looks like a 3D image popping out from the dark. Okay, so see, I'm paying lot of attention to the muscular areas because this is a very athletic figure and it has muscles, so those muscles has to be defined. And always remember the shadows which we are playing with. The shadow is falling on the background because of the subject. The shadow is the subject has shadows as well, but they are different. If the background is darker than the subject, then the subject will automatically look like it's popping out of the dark. Okay, so you can use this technique to give a suitable background to your sketches and drawings or whatever. The blending stump, the tip of the blending stump contains some amount of graphite, so it acts as not only as a blending material but as a drawing tool as well. Like you can shade some of the areas using the blending stump alone. Like you'll see the face area, the nose which I am making, I made the background dark so that the nose pops out in the white. The shading which I did on the skin area is using the blending stump only, and after that I used the charcoal pencil to do the hair, but I didn't let go of the hair strokes. That's how I got some of the, in spite of being just completely black, I got the curves of the hair. and now I'm just making the background or the shadows, and with this the tutorial is done. So if you stayed till the end, thanks a lot. If you like this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell notification. Until next time, goodbye.